Yo, welcome to the channel. I'm AFlyingModem, and I know you're here because you're a PC gamer or you're just curious of the top 5 reasons why you should support the Xbox Scorpio. Let's jump right into it. One of the first reasons is a bigger push for multi-core and multi-threaded optimization. The consoles are going to be using an 8-core CPU, right? So that means the gaming industry are going to eventually shift to utilizing more threads and more cores on PCs so they can code for the Xbox Scorpio, the PS4 Pro, and so on and so forth to get 4K gaming up and running on even lower end chips like the FX 8350 and so on, because they have more cores, right? Now, with that in mind, this means that the 8350 possibly in the future will be able to play 4K games at 60 FPS and so on. That would be pretty cool. Now, the next reason would be the push for gaming TVs. Some of us games on TVs. Me personally, I do game on PC and on my TV, right? Now, what's fine with me is 60 Hertz, you know, a good input lag, low input lag, and so on, big screen. I love this. Now, what I mean by a gaming TV is not the same thing as a monitor. Monitors are tailored to super fast response and refresh rate and so on. Gaming TVs, not so much. These TVs, you know, have a quote-unquote gaming mode, but their gaming mode doesn't really do much, or their gaming mode actually does, you know, reduce the input lag and increase the response time, but it degrades the quality of the picture sometimes by quite a bit. Now, what I mean by a push for a gaming TV, if gaming TVs go mainstream and so on and so forth, and Xbox Scorpio being this 4K content generator, the push for gaming TVs will be there, and these TVs gaming mode will be better produced and better optimized. They'll increase the qualities of these TVs to where that we don't get a decrease in the picture quality, and we get the low input lag that we want, and hopefully bigger screens, less cost, and so on. I think everybody wants that, right? Now, more games made with DX12 support is definitely another reason. Everybody should want this. DX12 along with Vulkan is definitely the future for API creation and gaming, okay? This basically means that it's going to leverage, you know, more GPU power and more CPU power by directly communicating with the hardware and telling it what to do, what to process, when to process it, and so on. And this is going to use more cores, which, you know, cycles back to my first point of more of a push for multi-core and multi-threaded optimization. We want that. So this is going to make it easier to play at higher settings and higher frame rates with lower end hardware, because they're utilizing that hardware better. That's basically what the API of DirectX 12 and Vulkan is going to be used for. And with that push for the DX12 and Vulkan support, we're going to get more optimizations, more features, and so on because of that heavy push for these APIs. Now, we are going to get more mainstream support for 4K to just push it over the edge. Now, 4K is here, it's doable, it's a lot cheaper than it used to be, but it's not quite mainstream, right? It's still pretty pricey, even on a mainstream level. And with, like I said, the Xbox Scorpio being a 4K content generator, and, you know, the push for gaming TVs and so on, this will send 4K over the edge and make it mainstream, with Nvidia and AMD and Intel releasing hardware that's cheaper to produce 4K games, you know, at a reduced cost and so on and so forth. Now, you know, Nvidia's GPUs are kind of on the pricey side, but hopefully with Vega releasing soon, at the time of creating this video, we will have a card that's reasonably priced and will be able to make, you know, our 4K gaming dreams come true with things like AMD FreeSync and AMD FreeSync 2 and gaming TVs and, you know, multi-core, multi-threaded optimization, DX12, Vulkan. All of these things will make 4K more mainstream, right? And reduce the cost of 2K monitors and maybe even make some 2K TVs or TVs that are, you know, tailored toward just being able to properly handle those resolutions. You know, that's something that I think will definitely help with pushing 4K over the edge and making it mainstream. Now, lastly, higher fidelity graphics and textures. Sometimes when I was playing games, I would notice, like, when I see a generation leap in hardware from the consoles from one generation to the next, and sometimes you will see games, I'm just like, huh, this doesn't look too quote unquote next gen, right? And sometimes it's because developers aren't leveraging the hardware. Sometimes it's because the older generation is holding it back. But another thing is that the textures and just shaders and so on and so forth, just the graphics overall, are being held back because they don't have the hardware to handle 4K textures or handle, you know, 2K textures and so on. So we get things that are like super sampled, heavy anti-aliasing, and even on PC, you know, there are people who create 4K texture packs to make a game, you know, look native 4K and so on. Now, with the push for Scorpio and with supporting Scorpio, we should get games that come with higher text, you know, higher fidelity graphics, higher texture quality, and so on, you know, 4K textures, you know, native, because now they will be coding these things for the consoles, and consoles are mainstream. And not that PCs aren't, but the higher end PCs aren't really that mainstream or supported. So all of this will push 4K into that supported scene and make 4K, you know, just over the edge possible. It's going to be mainstream if we support the Xbox Scorpio. So that's my top 5 reasons why, if you're a PC gamer, you should support the Xbox Scorpio. If you're not a PC gamer and you're just curious why I think you should support the Xbox Scorpio, this is definitely why. This is going to push 4K, higher fidelity graphic gaming, you know, gaming TVs, multi-core threaded optimization, and so on, over the edge. We're going to get better games from the support of even the PS4 Pro and the Xbox Scorpio. Supporting these consoles are going to help push 4K into the mainstream. So that was the video. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section down below. Maybe you disagree with me, which is perfectly fine. You have your opinion. If not, you can say that you agree with me. Like the video if you like the video. Right now I have a contest going on for a PS4 copy of Overwatch. You can check out this video, and if you want to enter into the contest. And with that being said, man, it's been AFlyingModem. I'll catch y'all later.